Hello and welcome to Lego with KEIR. I'm KEIR and well, this is the Lego all around me. It's not what I'd said I was going to do last week or last session, Sunday. I said I was going to try and tackle the wooden safe, but I had a look at it today and it just seemed like it was too much of a faff to do on stream, really. It needs lots of sanding and things. Hello both. Oh good, glad to hear the sounds. Okay. So what we're going to do today instead, sorry, here we go, let's find, the overhead camera as per usual is not switched on. So I will just use the side one for the moment. So I'm going to be trying to take this Haynes Bat detector kit, which is intended to be in this cardboard enclosure. Sorry, I've got a bit of a frog in my throat, like so. And I'm going to try, all the electronics are over here. So here's the bag of gubbins that came inside that kit. And what I'm going to try and do is build a slightly more ergonomic, because this is massive. I mean, I've not got huge hands for a bloke, but yeah, it's a struggle to hold. So I suppose you could hold it more like a book, like that. Perhaps that's how it's intended to be held. But anyway, I have decided to try and build a Lego enclosure for it. I've done a little bit of very, very loose planning that kept on changing as I went. Every time I looked at another piece of a different sort of Lego, I was like, oh, what about this? I could do it that way, I could do it this way, and maybe it goes this way around, and maybe it's so. We'll see. I expect plans will change several times throughout the evening. But I've got these two castle parts that should do nicely to fit the knobs through. I could make those line up in a good orientation. So I think that's going to be my starting point. I do also want to try and incorporate Batman somewhere. So I might try and make it look like a building or something like that. I have a window. I have a window so we can have Batman either ascending or descending his rope up a shaft, or I don't know. But I'm going to try and incorporate Batman somewhere. And then I've got some of these Batman base plates from the minifigures. So that was upside down. So I can put like a Batman symbol on it somewhere perhaps. And then some other bits and bobs in here. Some bits that are just sort of stony wall. Well, they've got friend stickers on the inside from the stables, I think that is. Yeah, so, don't know, random selection of bits. But as I said, I think I'll start with the knobs going through the thing and then just build up and down from there. Do excuse me just a moment, I'll check and see what that thing was. My phone just buzzed. Okay, sorry. Deal with a little personal admin. Right, put that away. There we go. Should have left my phone on silent, shouldn't I? This is a little bit grubby, but it didn't get the... This is part of my old Lego collection, so it hasn't had the cleaning that all the stuff I bought on eBay and things has had. But I'm thinking maybe something like one of these might provide the right bottom base for it. So we'll see how we get on. I think they wanted to be about 4 apart, so that should work really quite nicely like that, I think. Not that they're going to be straight onto the base plate, I don't think. Although if I've got several, maybe it could have an intermediate layer. The wires do need to travel through though, of course, so that won't work. But I have at least got 2 of the same size, so I can aim to have those as sort of the beginning of the top and the bottom. So let's move some of those parts. We'll put those to one side. They're going to need some extending, aren't they? Because these projected over the edge. And I've got my 1x4s here. I'm pleased you've got good sound and the chat's working for you, Mum. Welcome as always. So yeah, my colour scheme's going to be a little chaotic potentially, I fear. But we'll just see whether this is going to fit nicely as I thought it would before we go too far on. Yeah, so which one's... That's the volume, so I think that's supposed to go on the left in the existing product, so I won't confuse myself too much by changing everything around. You see, there we go, so they sit really quite nicely like that, and I should even... I think I need to just bend down the tabs that are designed to... You see there's these... hold on. So there you can just see there's sort of like a raised tab here on the edge. So I'll just need to bend those back in to let it sit happily in the Lego. Shall I zoom in a little? There we go. Okay. Yeah, you can see what I'm doing there, can't you? So I don't think I need that one. Let's pop that to one side. Oh, what's the... Are these... I don't think that's any longer, but it is slightly deeper. So... Yeah, that can all just go to one side. Sip of tea. No drinking game today. There's no way I can cock it up really, is there, if I make it up as I go along. Thanks, Mum, for all this additional nicely sorted Lego. I've just grabbed a load of that off the surface because it seemed easier. Right, so what else do we want? So if that's going to sit there, we'll probably want one long one to try and fill that gap, or a stack of 1x2s. Let's just pop those out of the way for the moment. I could adjust this camera slightly. Oh, it's because of the very tight arrangement I've got, it moved my other monitor. Okay, what was I looking for? Tall 2x1. 1x1 tall. 1x1 bricks, 2x1 tall. We'll see if they're too tall. Yeah, you see that could be. So I'll put a 1x1 in. I had the 1x1 ordinary. Whoops. So sorry for the racket. So what do we reckon? Try and use as much black as possible, or go for a little bit of additional grey so it's all random stonework. See, I've got a grey one here. Maybe that's what I need to do in the black. What else have we got in here? Oh, I've got quite a few black. I've got a whole stack of black there. Okay, so we'll have a bit of a mishmash. Multi-stone colours. So then I definitely want something across the top to stabilise and maybe across the bottom to stabilise all of that. Tie it all in. Oh, you know what I should do? Right. Is put in some right angles and start off the journey towards the back and the sort of tie-in. That's an ideal opportunity for... Oh, this one's slightly broken. That's unfortunate. I don't think it's going to be a problem for the purposes of this build. It must have been stepped on at some point in its life. So what we're looking for, right angle pieces. Bingo. Yes. I'm going to see, we've got all the labels on lids, so we could change the size of the tubs they're in. But it does mean that it's easy to get them all separated a bit. Let's just pop them on top of their relevant label and then I can keep them open. Don't know where that one came from. Here. Okay, that's got one of Rachel's hairs in it. Nope. Okay, so we've got some stony coloured and some grey. I mean, I was going to use some stone. We've got quite a lot of stone in these tall ones. Let's stick to the grey for now. What did I do with the 1x2s? 2x2s, 1x1, 2x8, 1x3. There we go, 1x2. Oh look, there's a load of grey ones down here. That's what we're after. Selection of greys. Maybe some black. Oh look, there's tons of the stony coloured ones. I should have sorted out the colours before, shouldn't I? That I'd want to use. There we go, that's a good selection of them anyway. More than I need, let's chuck them back on top. Okay. Although I said more than I need actually. I'm going to need quite a few, aren't I, to get up these sides. Okay, still not tied it all in together, which is an important stage. So let's get some 1x something plates out. There's 1x2, 1x3, 1x4, 1x6. Plus. Okay, they can sit here. I'll probably want to find the right angle plates as well, don't I? So I can put a layer in where I've put these right angles on. Yeah, it's not like Rachel said, sorry if it's not the cat, then it's my hair everywhere, but meaning hers. But to be fair, I shed enough hair too. We're all at it. Definitely shedding more hair than I'd like at the moment. There we go, that's sort of stabilising that. Let's see whether these still fit nicely. Yeah, so I think this is going to work. It's going to be about the same size, isn't it? Am I going to? Although I suppose it's partly the electronics that are the limiting factor. That is almost exactly the same distance across. Look at that. So I'm not making it any more easy to hold. I could maybe try and save those sides. somehow, you know, like that. There we go. That's a way to not make it stick out that extra brick, so I'm at least saving a brick either side. Like that. So they go in the back. That's more sensible, isn't it? And then I don't need all those other bricks, so it's more, oh, that won't work at the top. Yeah, doesn't work at the top. But it'll do there. Okay. Right. Have to try not to make too much of a mess of our organisation. First time I use it for a build. Right, so 1x6s, that seems like the right order. It's another opportunity. Oh, so we want a little 1x1. What do I do with those? There we go. Have one in there, and then we can put a black one in the other end. Oh, that's navy blue here. Oh well, I said no drinking game this week because there's no rules, but that does that count as a cock-up? It's not a very big one, is it? Okay. So then, like that, and like that. Oh, I wanted right angle pieces for the bottom, didn't I? Which means I'm going to need different plates probably as well. Should I change the angle on this slightly? There we go. Oh, yes, my phone. Okay. I think that was just a reminder for the one I'd ignored before. Which is the lesson not to ignore them, isn't it? Oh, now, can I... Should I use a square or something to stabilise that properly? I don't know what I did with my two by two plates. I've got 2x4s there. There's the weird angly bits. What are those ones? 2x2 and 2x3. Ugh. See, I was just thinking this nice square down here, and then that'll help. Not that those bricks need tying in just yet, but they will help tie those in more fully. And then I can use them for building off, perhaps. So these are mostly seeming, there we go. Can't see any black ones, but there's some grey ones that came to hand, so. I'll pop the rest back over here. Yeah, I'm just making a massive mess of our system at the moment. Sorry, Rachel. Okay, so I just want a couple of 1x1 studs. I thought I put the studs handy somewhere. I can't see them now. I may have decided that I didn't think I'd want to use them, which is always foolish, but I had to prioritise something. Thank you, my wife. There we go, you see. Lego angel to the rescue. Oh, yes, she did bring the studs. Right, each? Yeah. Are the square ones in there? Sorry, it was actually the square ones I was after, even though I said studs. Yeah, it was these I'd put away to not be required. But what on earth did I do with the ones that I did want? Okay, bear with me a moment while I hunt in the Lego tower. Yeah, they're not there. Huh, okay, well never mind. I'll bung a right angle plate in for now, and then, well, like I said before, with the stuff it gives me something else to build off. It's fine. Fine for now. That is odd. I bet they're just in there, hidden in a box. Okay. So that's that main portion sorted and stable. Whoops, he says, popping a bit off the bottom. That was one of those bits that shouldn't really be there. So I need to devise a way to... Maybe the window for Batman should be in the back. Gosh, that beard hair's very long. You know, so then the back portion lets you see in to the electronics, and there's a Batman there. So I'm going to not worry about Batman for now and try and work out. See, the next element is the speaker. So if we try and work out how best to incorporate that, I think, let's see, I think what I kind of want to do is use some of these long plates. Let's get rid of that box. That doesn't need to be here, does it? Some of these long plates to be sort of top and bottom, and then leave some little slits. So leave some voids in between them. So I probably want a load of these long ones, some of the medium-y ones, he said very articulately, very descriptively. So we've got the 1x3, 1x4s, and oh, that one's been chewed a bit. Never mind. So we'll get those out in black and grey. It said 1x3, but there's not a lot of them. But they are in there. There's just a rarer brick in my collection. Okay. Oh, did I put them up there? No. Should we have the overhead camera on? What do you reckon? Well, I'm going to do it. He says, secret code. Okay. Oh, I struggle to use this sideways. Okay, we have an overhead view. Zoom, zoom, zoom. How's that? Hopefully my head's not going to be in it too much. Okie dokie. So we sort of need to like 1, 2, 3, 6 bricks height pretty much to get around that. So maybe the bottom portion actually wants to be the stony colours. How am I doing for those in these sizes? Not a lot. More in the larger size. Yeah, we'll just go for the grey and black selection. I don't know why I got all those blues out. So if it's 6 whole bricks, 6 times 3, it's 18 layers of plate. But I think what I want to do is try and build up the sides and incorporate the front to the back a bit in this section. And we'll use some larger bricks for that purpose. So is this going to be deep enough? That's an important question, isn't it? Oh, I think it will be. Yeah, by a mile. That should be fine. Okay, so we only want 2x4s. Oh, look, there's a ton of grey ones there. I think this is going to be a mostly grey build. I sort of wanted to make it black, and then when I thought about incorporating back runners, making it like a building, I was going to go stone colours, and then I realised these were the best way to get the knobs to stick through, so then the plan changed again. So it's all, you know, it's all gone back and forth a bit, but that's the fun of Lego, isn't it? So what did I say? 6 bricks height. But ideally we don't want to have it just sort of be 6 bricks. So how many bars? How many bricks is actually over where the speaker would need to be? Oh, I was going to look at using Technics bricks, wasn't I? To you know, for the speaker holes. Oh, I think that. Don't know. Maybe that's Rachel's phone or something. It's not a noise I'm familiar with. 2x1. Oh, look, that's the order, isn't it? What else have we got? Any more useful sizes? They're too long, really. That feels like the appropriate sort of speaker hole section. So I'm happy with that, I think. There's just enough. They're more or less the right size. Yeah, they're too long. Have we got any in other colours? No, or much bigger. Okay. So you're really getting a thorough window into the creative process of KEIR's brain. That is chaos. Ta-da! I'm going to get all the bits out and throw them together and then move them around, and eventually we'll have a thing. So getting these to incorporate nicely, let's take the knobs out. We don't need the electronics hanging around in the way. So that fits centrally there. I'm probably going to want a bit more headroom on the speaker, aren't I? Well, it's not too bad actually with the nooks there. I think maybe we'll go for one row below that. Oh, let's use some of these long ones. Have we got any that are just the right length? That'd be very handy, wouldn't it? No, of course they're all just too short. Whoops. Oh my word. Oh, getting caught up in my cable. I need to put a little hook on it or something to keep it out of the way. Okay, so. Oh, dipstick here, it needed to be one thick because then the speaker can have the headroom on it. Those ones are too wide. Okay, so 1 by something, these ones. What else have we got in here? Any more for any more? No, they're too long. So ideally these upper layers want making out of multiple bricks to help tie the structure together, don't they? That's the convention. I really want those studs. Not that they're studs, the 1 by 1 tiles. Have I got them somewhere here? No. Really don't know what I did with them. Oh well. Try and get organised as best you can, don't you? So what I want to do is have one like that. I am a bit nervous about not having done much to incorporate into the sides. Why did I not put L's there again? Can you remember? Anyone remember? Oh, for the distance, but I should put a 2 by 1 in instead. So it's got something to build off from. Whoops. Oh dear. Okay. So then we want 1 by 4, 1 by 4. Got most of those black ones out already, didn't I? Not there's a lot. I'm still puzzling out what I'm going to do at the... I don't know if it's wise to build the front and then try and build the back and sides afterwards. Probably not. This feels like it might be crazy. Oh well. Well, we'll get the front figured out and then that'll help me decide what structure I need and what bricks I need for the back side, won't it? So then we'll have one like so, and one more black 1 by 4. And is that long enough for the tall ones, or is that not? That's not far enough for the tall ones. So let's actually extend this so that they can come either side. So that means using these ones there and there. Oh, it only needed to be 1 in order to use those. Is that going to work? Oh, it's beginning to look reasonably tidy. Okay, so then I just need to try and tie all this bottom in together. It's probably about time to think about something to tie it into the neighbouring layer. You know, the sides again. But this is approaching the bottom of the build, really. There's no need for it to be any deeper. Oh, that's not ideal, is it? So we need shorter single plates than that. 1 by 3, 1 by 4. These ones, oh. If I've got them, they're out on the table. In the right colour. So we'll go for charcoal. Oh look, there's the black ones. KEIR is being blind. I'm sort of inclined to go mostly black for Batman. I need to figure out how to attach my Batman plate as well. Maybe that can go on the top. Okie dokie. So that, I'm quite pleased with that. I mean, it's still going to need some sticky pads or something to hold it in. But I think that's going to be ideal. So, just a little something to tie in the sides, I suppose, on the bottom. Although, let's do this better instead. No. That needs to be like that here. So if I've got, that's a 1 by 3, kind of want these 1 by 4s. So what I'm going to do is, oh actually, here we go. Where's the base plate it's going on? So that's going like that. And then these can just go on the ends, like so. to enclose it. So maybe, oh, there's probably not space for him there. What do I do with Batman? Yeah, because his arms are going to be wider, so I can't really have him in the side. But maybe we can get away with having him. It is a bit of a shame to put him at the back. But I saw you want the speaker facing the user, and you want the volume controls. Yeah, don't know. Yeah, I think it's going to have to go in the back if he's going anywhere. Where's there going to be the most space for him? So sort of here. That's the kind of Batman zone, isn't it? I don't know if I'm going to be able to have him hanging really. There's not going to be enough space for him to swing around. But we can maybe build him a little observation port. I've got all sorts of windowy bits. I've got these ones, but I've got another box somewhere with a wide selection of window parts as well. So we've got one of these little ones. Oh, I need to make space for the battery somewhere as well. Which maybe, would a 9-volt battery fit through a Lego door? Oh, not quite, look at that. You see, because that's about the same size as the doors. But I don't think there's any way I'd be able to make that come through there, which is a shame really, because it would be handy. Well, I mean, I can just break the whole thing apart if I need to change the battery, I suppose. But I do need to remember to incorporate that in, and again, there may not be. Is that going to be a space for it? I think that might be the space for it, which is conveniently close to the circuit board, I suppose. So let's see. Right, let's get these clear windows out, as opposed to the opaque windows. But you know what I mean. The not translucent blue, the totally clear. I quite like this clear dome. I'm not sure what it's from. It's very pleasing. Yeah, we got a job lot that included a load of Lego Friends stuff, and so I could just make the entire back clear. That might be nice. I'll regret not cleaning this bit of tea stain or whatever it is off this Lego brick if I'm going to make it visible. But I wasn't. I've also got to remember to incorporate something in the top for the actual ultrasonic sensor. I kind of like that. Will the battery sit in there? That would be really convenient, wouldn't it, if I can just nestle the battery in here. It's sort of, yeah, that kind of sort of does work. It's not perfect, but it's definitely not right like that. But like that's kind of all right. And so then maybe just a band of black to tie it together. Something like that. And then I'll have to have twos up the sides. But these, I mean, we could even go for the clear sides as well. What do you think? Something like that. I'm getting ready, about ready to need a break actually. Oh, that does push the speaker off centre, which is unfortunate. I might be trying to squeeze it into too small a space here with this 9-volt battery. But we'll see. I think that's a possible place for it. An alternative, it'd be good if, and alternatively, we'll try it up here in this space. But I think, yeah, I'll give it a 10-minute break while I nip to the loo, and yeah, oh, I need to change the timer. But I may come back a little bit early, so keep an ear out. Okay, tea break. There we go. Okay, back in a moment. Okay. Hello. So, just 5-minute break in the end. But no point hanging around. Ha ha ha, he says, just about to try and work out if I can make Batman hang around in here. See, what would be quite nice, let's move that out of the way now I know I'm not using it. I don't know where it came from. The window box. Bloody ha ha. But that is actually, oh, there it is. There we go. Okay. Let's just, what's that? There we go. Try and move the visual and actual clutter. So I may have to start incorporating the sticky pads and committing to some positions here. But for the moment, let's just fold that wire over there and make it, yes, there we go, that'll hold nicely. So what I'm thinking is, if I can try and make Batman's, what do you call it? Rope? Grappling hook. It's not the grappling hook, but you know, it's his grappling rope. Sort of, there's just not quite enough space for him anyway, really, that's the trouble. There's barely room for him to go in there, let alone be on a rope. Yeah, I think I'm going to just have to, we'll give him a dust. He's a bit dusty, he's been out on display for some time, hanging around in the living room. We had him, well, yeah, hanging on his rope, but he has accumulated a fair bit of dust in the time. So I think I'm just going to stick him on a brick. Oh, I have got one of those like weird floaty things, but I don't know if I've even got space to have him standing at a weird floaty angle. Oh, and I require a 2x1 tile to make that work as well. I've got a box somewhere here of smooth with studs. Smooth plates with studs. Thank you, my wife. That's what I needed. So when used in combination with one of these little clear plastic things, you can shove that in there, and then you have your superheroes at a sort of heroic kind of floating, flying, mid-action pose. Oh gosh, he is dusty. Okay, a little bit better. So, although of course that makes him take up a little more space, but you see, so you can have them at jaunty angles like so. So let's try and pop him in here at said jaunty angle. Can we make this work, Batman? Are you gonna play the game? Okay, so I think it needs to be his other leg. That's one thing. Or maybe we want to put his cape up so it's, you know, so he's falling dramatically. Although it's a bit lost against the black background anyway. See, that pretty much means he can't fit in the space. Yeah, he's not really connected to it anymore. Yeah, I don't think you're getting a jaunty angle, Batman. Sorry, dude. Standing sensibly, that's your position. Yeah, he still might not fit there. Can we put him at... Is that going to work? Oh. Just about... Oh, I think I might have popped him off the thing, but he's so tightly... there we go. So tightly held in anyway. What do we reckon? Well, I think that's good enough. So we want a plate and then a 1x3. So, oh, do you know what I didn't do in that 10-minute break? I didn't go and find those pieces that I don't seem to have in here. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Sorry, bear with me a minute. I will return. Okay. Sorry about that. I did find the things. They were just there, but you know how it is. So I've got loads of these, and I also need these right-angly ones, which I already had some of out, but I've shoved them out of the way. So that's it. If we have, whoops, let's break this here, and then we'll pop a stud, well, a 1x1 tile. Get your lingo right here. There we go, and then one of these right angle sort of L-shaped tile plates, and that ties that in together a bit. And then what I can do is use a 1x3 there and a 1x1 either side, and I'll have to put, let's find a plate that's that length as well, preferably. Maybe not. Okay, I'll make some up, and we'll do that afterwards. Because if you offset the breaks, then actually it works much better. So So 2 1x3 in black. They should be. Oh yeah, there weren't many 1x3s, were there? I remember that. Oh, that is the 1x4 box. So that's the 1x2 box. 1x3 plates. 1x4 plates. There's definitely a 1x3 box somewhere then, isn't there? 2x3s. 1x3s. Loads of them. All sorts of colours. Do we want grey or black? Let's go black. So I'll have one of those each side, and then one of these, and then we want to try and fill that space. So how many is it? That's 8. So, I suppose ideally I could do with having an offset. Yeah, so we just want 2 2x1 plates, or 1x2 plates, depending on how you view it. I've probably got some of those here somewhere. Okay, so I think I better make some decisions about the sticky pads and such, hadn't I? And try and work out whether that's a viable spot for the battery or not. I think maybe the answer's not, because it kind of pushes the whole. Oh, it just might work, but only if I'm willing to have the speaker all offset. I think we'll have the battery further up. But I'm not going to stick anything in just yet. So I can still have a bit of flexibility. So this should all connect onto here nicely. Of course. There we go. So I think maybe it's time to actually sort of fit the electronics in, isn't it? Oh, I need to find some pliers or something. No, not about my person for a change. And just flatten these pins before I can put it in properly, so we will leave it for a moment. Yeah, the battery doesn't really want to sit there either. I think it's going in that bottom position, isn't it? That's the only sort of void. Okay. Let's grab some pliers. I think I've got some just over here. Oh no, I haven't. Okay. We'll come back to that part of the job then. Can I devise some other way to squash them down easily? I'll just get the right tool in a minute. So we're having 2 more windows there. And I need to make sure that I actually put the detector, the microphone element, and give that a space. But I'm thinking about trying to have that up at the top. Oh, I've just sort of remembered those weird cone pieces that have sort of a void that's about the same size as that, because it's more or less the same as these. Oh, oh. That seems like it's the same size as these Lego pieces. So it should fit with the sort of coney sections, if I could remember where I had any of those. But that idea has only just come to me, so I couldn't really prepare it beforehand. I've momentarily lost my thread, can you tell? So we've used most of the black ones of this sort of size, and there's not many black ones in 1x4, but there are quite a lot of grey ones. We've used a lot of grey, so I shall persist with those. Less need for the blues, pinks and greens in this one. And this, oh. Have I lost my preview has just dropped out. Yeah, sorry if you lost some frames there. I'm not sure what's going on. It seems to have cleared up now though. I thought I'd drop the stream momentarily. So I've made okay, so let's build this up to that same level. That might make life a little easier on me. I was going to say I've made a bit of a rod for my own back with deciding to have these random bits here, but I'm going to try and make use of them. Okay, I'm going to commit to the bottom section. We'll pop the power supply on the battery. Well, I've done this so well I can't pull the bloody thing apart. Okay, top section comes off, then the back and front can separate. Okay, I think it was better fitting the back onto the front rather than vice versa, because all the electronics is attached to the front, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, I've lost. So let's remove that from there for the moment. Okay. So, okay, let's just stick Batman straight on the bottom, and then he can connect with 2 feet, and he might be more inclined to stay connected. Of course, actually, oh, it came off easier than I expected there. Thought that was going to be more of a challenge. So there we go. Give him a positive connection. Since he's not being in a dramatic falling pose, let's sort his cape out. Sorry, I'll try not to move out of, oh dear, move out of frame too much. Okie dokie. So, see, I'm not sure whether I can just get away with wedging these in, or maybe just a little spot of blue tack will do the trick. I think actually that's possibly the best bet rather than putting sticky pads on my Lego. And Batman seemed quite inclined to, you know, hold things in check once he had 2 feet on the ground. So we'll just make some little blue tack sausages. I might use blue tack for the rest of the electronics as well, because it's mostly going to be really well wedged in. It just wants something to stabilise it and stop it from rattling. So we'll try this, and I think it'll be just the job. Just apply these 2 little sausages of blue tack. It's not very blue these days. It was originally blue. It's a bit grey. It's had a lot of muck and pencil picked up. But if you didn't already know, blue tack can make a really handy rubber if you've not got a rubber, an eraser. For those of you who are not from the UK. Okay, so hopefully that's going to stay nicely there. Just firm that in. I mean, that much blue tack on such a light thing, it's not going to go anywhere, is it? But it has got a massive battery. Oh, which is magnetising to it. That's interesting. So, yeah, we'll shove a little blob on the back of the battery as well, just, again, stop it rattling round. We want the wires to come towards the middle. We'll see how that sits there. Shifty it around if necessary. Okay, Batman. It's your last breath of fresh air before battery change. Oh yeah, I need to lift this top bit off again, don't I, to incorporate the 2 halves. The battery doesn't want to sit very happily there. I think maybe the speaker needs to be further over to make space for the battery. Let me know if your video's buffering at all, please, at home, because I seem to be getting some freezing on my screen, which is very uncommon for our connection because we've got a ludicrously fast gigabit connection. That in my experience, I've never had an issue. And I am on a wired connection, so it shouldn't be that. I don't think it's OBS that's dropping the frames. It seems to be a network issue. But who knows? Email. Nothing important then. Very rarely get any important information by email. It's always, have you thought about buying our thing? You've bought one of our things before. Why don't you buy another one of our things? Okay, so maybe this will let me shoehorn the battery in now. Let's put a very, very thin piece of blue tack randomly around the back, so hopefully it'll find a contact point. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Oh, well, that's not right, is it? See that massive gap? Oh, I was really hopeful that was going to work. There's not a lot of other options. What am I on about? There are no other options. Oh, I suppose I could make it a bit longer and put it way down here at the bottom. I think that's the other option. I did have a part somewhere that's like a little trapdoor I had thought I might use for the battery cover. But it's too broad. Yeah, it's too deep to incorporate into the design, I think. I was just wondering if I could have it sort of open, you know, so it's just kind of sitting there exposed, and then it fits into the model a bit more easily. Otherwise I'm going to have to add another couple of bricks. Well, I'm not convinced. Let's do an experiment and see whether it's possible to make it fit into the space I'm trying to make it fit into. Because if it won't fit, then there's no point trying, is there? Oh, you see. Oh, hang on. Might fit without blue tack on it. Oh, I don't think it will, you know. It will. The battery is about exactly the same oh, Rachel's saying it looks okay to her, that's good. Just my feed then, that's alright, it's passable. Although, why? So, oh, that will just about go, it seems. It's very, very tight. Yeah, it doesn't really want to fit in a 2 brick wide space. That's the main problem. So it's definitely not going to fit with a speaker in the way as well. But let's move the speaker back to the middle now. There's going to be loads of blue tack visible on the other side. Well, it's not too bad actually. But might as well have it nice and central on the holes if the battery doesn't have to leave a space for it. Batman's going to have a little tower to stand on, isn't he? If we're going to have a battery void below. Oh, that's really quite irritating. Couldn't make the battery fit. Oh well. What did I do with the 2x4s? You remember me saying, oh, well, I'm not going to use these. 2x4 plus. Oh, there's the black ones. Already got out, of course, black or grey. So I need to not lose track of my model because I've just apparently just smashed up all the different parts and left them scattered randomly and disorderly fashion all over the show. There we go, that's at least the front consolidated. Oh yeah, I need a tyre. Excuse me. Is video buffering? Use the low latency toggle under the advanced menu settings to disable low latency mode. Well, it says I want to interact with you in real time though. I can't cope with an even longer latency. Yeah, very strange. Well, I am going to ignore my view of it buffering. In fact, if I close this altogether and open it up again, maybe that will work. So I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to hope that the stream's still working, and that Rachel would tell me if it was thoroughly broken. I may get a 30-second delay on being told that it's thoroughly broken. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Twitch is all a bit of a mystery to me. I haven't given it enough time and attention to really have thoroughly got my head round its idiosyncrasies of the thing. I should probably just use one of the other pieces of software to interact with it. I mean, I use OBS rather than the Twitch built-in stream software because, well, that's what I'm used to. Okay, so the battery wants to sit down here, so we'll thread that wire up that way. There's no fear of it sliding around if it barely fits in the flipping thing in the first place. So, what are we going to do? We're 4 deep, so I was planning on doing this, wasn't I? There we go. Nice strong connection. Is that enough? No, that one's to be 3. Oh, have I only got... Oh, I've got 6 of them in... Okay, this can be grey because I've got enough pieces to make it symmetrical in grey. Not that any of the rest of the build is entirely symmetrical, but it's nice to make an effort if you can. So I've gone from just building the front and back and then figuring the sides out later to the complete opposite. So some nice long grey pieces, I suppose, is what I'm after now. Given this section seems to be a grey section. Oh, that one's covered in tea. Let's not use that one. Evidence, if ever you needed it, that I always loved tea. Tea-stained Lego from when I was a child. Okay, so I need one more about that length. I say about that length, precisely this length. Oh, look, there's some more grey ones down here. Oh, they're a different size though. Shorter's better than longer, I suppose. Oh, there's some extra tall ones. Maybe they should go in the tall ones, even though they're not as tall as the super tall ones. Okay, so that is the back half of a battery compartment. There's no door, but you can just pull the whole bottom plate off, can't you? You want access to the battery? I say you, I can just pull the bottom off, can't I? Oh, unless I could devise a nice little door here. That would be quite good, wouldn't it? Well, I don't think I'm going to. I thought about it for all of, what, 7 seconds there. So what next to fill in this gap? Might have to be white. Oh, is that some black? Oh, there's some black that's far too long or some black that's too short. Oh, what's that one? There's one that's the right length. I'm not seeing any more. Oh! Who wants more? Could go for a little bit of... oh, what about kind of reflecting the battery? Do you see what I mean? Or maybe even orange. I mean, well, it'd be nice if I had a coppery bronze, but that's a bit of fun. So can we find, what is it? 2 black 1x6 bricks. What's that one? I've got 1 black 1x6 brick here. I've probably got another one in the new Lego that's just arrived but hasn't been fully sorted. I did kind of set some of that aside, but I think I left it all in the other room because I'm sensible. Not. Let's see if my cable's long enough for me to get there without losing you. Okay. Where did I leave the black bricks in here? There we go. Okay, yeah, super long cable. Got me all the way through to the other room. Oh, it's lucky I put the stretchy bit on the other end. I just saw I've got like this long blue cable, which is quite a long mic cable. But then the very last section of it before it connects to the actual electronics is like it's a coiled cable like you get on a telephone, to give me that extra bit of safety. So hopefully they're going to be in here somewhere, because otherwise I sorted them out separately earlier on, which I did do some of, and put them somewhere else. They're all nicely sorted, but it's only any good if you don't hide the ones you want. Okay, they may come in handy. We'll have them out while I'm here. See, I did already turn out ones that I thought were going to be helpful, but they don't seem to be right in front of me, so I'm not sure what I did with them. Because, aha! Okay, so there's 1x3s. Oh no, they're plates. I might have to just make it up with plates. That might be the bag I'm after. Yes, here we go. They're just all at the bottom of the bag. Not these ones. Oh, that's another one of those Technics ones I could have had for the speaker. Oh, what? Okay, I think that's going to do me for this bag. I still haven't located the weird cone thing, but that's, I don't know, that's going to be buried. We've sorted all the peculiar bricks out. Oh goodness me, what is this doing? I've just looked back at Twitch and it's just, yeah. There we go. Let's see if the stream manager actually wants to do it. Oh yeah, and it seems happy now. Okay, I think it was just some weird glitch with that specific web connection to Twitch. The sort of downstream stuff rather than the upstream. So there we go, 1x6 in black. 4 of them, just the brick I need. So let's use the brick separator maybe. Yeah, brick separator as brick connector. There we go. So it's subtle, but there's a little bit of an acknowledgement of there being, oh well, yeah, I am getting a shit feed. I don't know what's wrong with my connection, but I'm not going to worry about it if Rachel says hers is fine. OBS says I've dropped 0 frames, so yeah. I think maybe, do we think, yeah, I think to get the right proportion, let's pull this bottom one off. Now we've got the extra blacks. There it is. And one more orange then for the end, isn't it? And then it's a little oversized, but the proportionality is correct. Yeah, I kind of like that. It's silly. Oh! Oh dear. This is going to end up being almost precisely the size of the cardboard box. Look at that. So they did know that that was the minimum size. Although to be fair, in a cardboard box, the walls are much thinner than they are with the Lego. You know, if I can make it fit in Lego in that space, they should have been able to make it fit in cardboard in much less space. Oh well. Failed on the making it more compact. Hopefully it'll be a success in making it Lego. The key will be that if I can, is to not have it disintegrate while in use. Because that would be quite a problem, of course. Okay, so which way round did these pieces go? Yes, that's correct, isn't it? And then the front should just sort of connect on like so. Let's shove the battery down. Sorry, I'm doing this all out of there's like 3 cameras on me. I'm finding the one section, oh yeah, it's sort of covered. I was going to say I'm finding the one section to do it in that you can't see. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's not quite connected at the bottom. Come on, guys. I know you don't really want a battery shoehorned into that space, but it'd be really nice if you'd connect together. Yeah, I think maybe it is the shoehorning of the battery that isn't helping. Hey! It's done though. Oh, do you know what? Look who's not inside. Bollocks. Yeah, that battery's not moving anywhere either. Okay, so he can go on the other side than I had originally intended. Oh, I've gone and got the bloody battery wire snagged on the speaker. There we go. Can I can't get him in without tearing it apart again. Right, so top section off. But this is the way with building a sort of a custom Lego thing. You always have to take it apart as you work out, oh, this thing's going to go there, that thing's going to go there, this bit will work, that bit won't work. So I need 2 by 3 plates. Something like that. You know, just something for Batman to stand on. Yeah, 2 by 3, okay. Where am I going to locate one of those most rapidly? Should be just here. There we go. I knew I'd had them. We'll have some out on the desk this time, shall we? So if I need another one shortly, it's available. Okay, so Batman, come on. Stop messing about. So he should go there like that. Oh, let's put his cape in sensibly. His head on straight. Get your head on straight, Batman. I don't know. When he's not got Robin, it all falls apart. Okay, so hopefully that's going to fit in the window. Or we just need to sort of rotate slightly. Okay, this is really nearly getting there, isn't it? I still need to sort out the thing in the top. You know, the actual microphone portion. But that bottom portion, I would say, is complete. Very happy with that, actually. So I need to go and find some pliers. We're at that stage, so yeah, sorry, break 2 or 3 or 4, however many. It's not really quite a break, is it? But I'll hunt for a screwdriver. And it's not a screwdriver. I'd be upset if I came back with one of those, wouldn't I? I'll hunt for a pair of pliers and I'll be back very shortly. Okay, hello. Let's transition back, there we go. So, I found the little conical piece I was after, and look at this. Look, that fits perfectly. It's just exactly the right size. Little bit of movement, but again, little bit of blue tack. And that'll be just the job. There's the spare bit. So I think maybe it probably wants its wires applying to it first as well. I've got the pliers for sorting out the circuit board tabs, bending those down. So there we go, I'll just bung some blue tack around the edge there. Hopefully that'll be just enough to hold it in. Are we in focus? Yes. Okay, so let's get these tabs bent. So I can just bend down to the side like that. That's the easiest way to do it. Heel them over a little with the back of the pliers. Oh, that'll be fine. So there's some little nuts somewhere. Oh, here. For me to screw on there to hold the things up flush against the surface. But let's get the plugs in first. So that one's labelled battery. That one's labelled LS for loudspeaker. I'll start with that one. There we go. And then check the volumes down. Oh, that's not the volume, that's the volume. Yeah, I think that's off. Connect the battery. There we go. Perhaps a little rough with that. And then we've got the wires for the sensor. Might as well plug those in now. Oh, I wonder if it matters which way round the sensor goes in. I might have to resort to the instructions for that final step, because yeah, I wouldn't want it not to work because I've plugged it in the wrong way around. I don't know if it really matters. It kind of feels to me like it shouldn't matter with the microphone, but we'll see. I seem to have misplaced one of my washers already. There should be 2 washers. I felt like there was 2 washers mere seconds ago. Huh. Oh well, maybe it was my imagination. There definitely is supposed to be 2 washers, but I've managed to misplace one in the last 15 seconds, feels like. Well, we'll check the instructions quickly. Components, yada yada yada. All connections. When mounting the ultrasonic microphone, you have to ensure it is mounted in the correct orientation. One of the 2 terminals, ground, right side in the photo, are marked with a black dot. Well, one's marked with an R. Let's have a look at the actual one I've got. Oh yeah, I see. Well, there's one... It's like the one in the picture, it seems to be the one without this larger... here we go. So if you look at the thing here, you can see one's got a larger surround that you might interpret it as being a black dot. But then in the picture, it says the one on the right of the microphone in the picture. If the 2 microphone things will get mixed up, it'll still work, but it'll be a little more sensitive to interfering signals. So it's not the end of the world if I've got it wrong. One of the two terminals is electrically connected to the other one. Left signal in the photo, left side of the photo is insulated against the housing. Oh yeah, so that's insulated. I see, that's the extra black. Install the microphone on the upper side wall of the housing, so the ground pin is closer to the hinged cover. Here you have to connect the black cable. So black to ground. Ooh, okay. Red to, I don't know what the opposite of the ground is. Positive terminal. There we go. Oh, that one went on loads better. There we go. So we've got those two in. Let's see if we can get this inserted and incorporated into the Lego bit. Because this was the portion I was most concerned about getting incorporated into the structure, really, because it's a big hole. But then, look at that, it's just so perfect. I think maybe actually that wants just a spot more blue tack to make, although I can't get the bloody thing out now, so maybe it doesn't. I was going to say it wants just a spot more to make sure it stays in, but just shove a little around the frame here as I insert it all the way up, because I want it to come and be flush with the top, I think. Oh yeah, you see, it's like it's bigger at the bottom than it is at the top. There we go. Oh, that's much tighter. Okay. Hopefully I will be able to persuade it up to the top without causing any mischief. Oh, let's use the handy dandy Lego brick separator. There we go, that's nice and flush. We'll just clean the excess blue tack off. Oh, I'm sorry, it's been completely out of focus for ages. There you go. Sorry about that, my apologies. But yeah, look how nicely that fits in, all nice and flush. Yes, we can go bat hunting together. I gave my mum a bat detector some time ago, I think as a birthday present. We have yet to go out, but she's coming to stay in Sheffield in a few weeks' time, I believe, so perhaps we'll find an opportunity then. So I'm hoping this thing's going to stick there like that. So we'll leave it to one side for the moment and try and work out where these connections need to go. Forget. Okay, so it's that way up. So that'll all sit quite nicely, won't it? There we go. Tuck the wires in there. Oh, and it sits much more comfortably now I've removed the... oh look, the two washers were both there. They were just superimposed on each other. Not going mad. Now that the tabs are folded in, the electronics sit much better against these arches. This is going to look great, I think, actually. I was really pleased when I noticed that the castle arch windows were a nice separation, because I was struggling to find Lego bricks that would let these knobs push through, protrude through. and still have freedom to move and line up, you know, because obviously the Lego holes are at regular intervals. But fortunately and it just didn't quite match up, but these windows just give just enough you know, sort of play between them that it matches very nicely indeed. Okay, so I won't make these too tight, but I will just take them 1/8 of a turn past finger tight, and that should hold them really well. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. I'm really pleased with that. This has gone loads better than I'd expected, if I'm honest. I shouldn't celebrate too soon. We're not quite finished, are we? But we are at the stage where I should be able to turn it on. So let's see if we can get some noise from the electronics maybe. A bit of computer noise. It's not as loud as I'd expected. Oh, that was. The keys worked really well previously when we went bat detecting, but what about these? What about these springs? Can we get noise? Oh, I need to adjust the detection sensitivity as well. Oh, it's like tuning an old radio. Like the different frequencies. I'm picking up. Oh, that's the noise from the LEDs. From my ring light. I think my microphone's actually generating that noise itself. Oh, my finger was touching the contacts, that didn't help. That was giving one of the noises, but there you go. Getting something from the LED. Let me find my keys, they're just over here. So that's my best effort at simulated bat noise, but it does appear to be functioning correctly. You're not supposed to let your keys be visible on Tinterweb. But hopefully I was jiggling them around so much that no one could get a nice clear picture of anything. Okay, so final furlong. It's a good job, 9 o'clock. So if that portion is plugging in, connecting on like that, I kind of feel like I need an angly tile to connect in there. But we'll not worry about that. Oh, I'm feeling sleepy. Let's open up this can of Coke, that'll wake me up. Ah, okie dokie. So, maybe it's time I actually go for the stone pieces that I thought I'd use before. Because I'm pretty much... Well, I suppose I've got a fair bit of black and grey. One by bricks. Where are the right angle ones? There we go. So I have a right angle in there and then some right angled plates. Excuse me. To bring it flush. That wire's going to be a little pressed against there, but it should be all right. So what did I do with the 1x3s, eh? Had them. There they are. So then that integrates and ties in the front and the back really nicely, those bricks, which is a good thing. Excuse me. Oh, so that wants to go all the way along there if it's going to do that job. That's a shame. I really want something a little shorter than that one. But I suspect if I had it, it would be already out and in my little stack here. Oh, let's look at the black ones. I've got a selection of these newly arrived There we go. Perfect, just the one piece I needed. Okay, so then we want quite a long, too longer than that. Or do we just go for one of those and stick a 2 in? Yeah, I think that's the answer, isn't it? So 2 by 1 in here. Whoops. Oh, I was going to do more windows, wasn't I? So you could see the electronics as well. Dipstick. Oh, is that? That's unfortunate because it kind of wants to go 1 block lower. But that's where my tie-in brick is. Okay. It is what it is. And what it is not tied in. Oh no, because the 2 by 1 will still tie it in reasonably well. It is somewhat the hodgepodge of colours. Oh, but that's still not quite right. So it would have been right. How it's two tiles off. Okay. Right, but I found my 1 by 1 studs, didn't I? So we can fill in these end pieces. If I can get them separated. So have we got one that's long enough to go all the way along there? Probably not. So 2 by 1, preferably in dark grey. Or light grey, you know. That's what the word preferably is for, isn't it? Okay, so last... Let's do a bit more variation. If I'm going to be varied in the colour scheme, let's lean into it. Mix and match a lot. Oh, have I gone too far? Oh, KEIR. Have I gone too far? You stay out of the way. You stay there. Oh, did that have a bit stuck to the bottom of it still already? Let's see. Oh, for goodness sake. Why didn't that fit before then? That's the same level. What on earth was I doing? Okay, so that's sort of happy. So we need some 2x2s to go up there and fill in that. Oh, what a mess. All this beautifully organised Lego that's no longer organised. What a horror. It's lucky my wife's got infinite patience, isn't it? Well, that's how it seems so far. Not trying to prove her wrong though. Here we go. It's getting there, isn't it? Very, very, very nearly done now. It's going to need some sort of creative work to cap it off, isn't it? But I have got buried in here somewhere these Batman symbols. So if we went for one of these either side like so, what else we'll need covering up after that? Oh, then it's just like a single strip. Okay, so I think what I should do, bollocks, is not fling a brick down into the middle of the bloody thing. There we go. So if we take this off and then we need some base plate, yeah. How far do we want to go? 4. So I sort of want 4x4 plates. So where did I bury all the square ones? Oh, they're angled ones. Do we want angled ones to make space for a wire? No, probably not. 2x6, 4x6 with holes. Oh, I put all sorts of things that I was like, these ones are going to be things I might want, and then lost them. 4x8. Maybe I decided I didn't think I'd need the square plates. Although I was stupid if I hid them. I'm not saying that's unlikely though by any stretch. Looks a lot like that's precisely what I did. Okay. Yeah, I'll be back. Okay, they were there. I just had to go and hunt in the other room first. Oh, none of these are black though. Oh, that one is. Maybe we go for grey instead. What did I want? 4x4. Oh yeah, look, I've got a few of those in grey. This is the trouble with Lego. However much you have, it's like, oh well, but I need 6 of those in this colour. Yes, look, so then oh, you see, actually, maybe it was 4x6 I wanted. For goodness sake. Oh no, I don't want 4x6. I sort of want 4x5, but I don't think that exists. So could maybe do with one of those ones that's got holes in it. You know, like a right, one of these. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. We've got one of those in grey. We've got one in black, that's for sure. There's one in grey. Lovely. This is just the job. Because I think, do the pins, oh, the pins do project down. Do they project down in an orange? Right, I don't know whether these are going to come, oh, they did come off reasonably easily. He said. One of them did. That was the one that went on fairly easily as well. It's clearly a looser connector. There we go. Okay, so that has sucked that down into there and probably cocked up my nice tidying of it. You know, making it all flush and stuff. See, they just project out such the tiniest bit, but the things, these pins that go on them are really long. But can I make this? Oh, that does work. But will it work? No. Oh, they're so close. I think they just want spreading a little, you know. I think I can make this work. That is going to work. So, you may not have been able to see what I was doing there. But so what I've just done is spread those pins out very slightly. I'm just going to do it slightly more. Such that they'll line up with this Lego, the holes in this Lego brick. Like so. So I should be able to thread, right, so which one wanted the black wire? That one. Oh, we'll figure it out. So I should be able to thread these cables through here, connect them on, and then have it have a really, really solid connection onto the Lego, which is really pleasing. Because I was worried I was going to have to leave this section sort of floating a bit and not very solidly connected on. But that is going to be fantastic. That's about as good as I could expect. Sorry, it's a little bit out of frame, isn't it? I'll try and move closer. Is that better? So there we go. We've got the wires coming through this brick nicely. And hopefully I'll be able to make it sit on. I need to straighten them back out. Oh shit. I may have broken that one there trying to straighten it. I think we're alright. It might require some remedial soldering. Yeah, there we go. And then that should sit there nice and happily. Although it doesn't want to, of course, because I've said it will. Yeah, I mean, it's all a little... Oh, it's because I'd got the wire spiralled round in the wrong... Wedging it, that red wire was pinched. So I've got a window. I could have looked in the window while I was doing it. Right, so we want a couple of 1x4s in grey to finish off. Pop down either side here and here. Oh, look, I've got all these voids that I haven't filled in. Getting overexcited. I'm missing steps and I'm making up the steps. Oh dear. Well, if you were trying to play the drinking game at home, despite me not having it up today, drink for a cock up, I suppose. So one more 1x2 in grey, please. There we go. Right here. 1x4. There, like that. And don't pinch any wires. Get this bit. Oh, it doesn't want to connect on like that. It's like those other studs are in the way of it. Huh. Who knew? Whoops. And it's going to be a whoops. Yep. Whoops and whoops. Although there's an element of it being quite entertaining to have some loose Lego rattling around in the bottom. So these want to be tiles, I suppose. I think I've got some here, otherwise I shall steal some. Oh no, these are... This is the right stack. I wonder if I've got anything Batman-y or... Oh, I meant to put... I'd forgotten I was going to put some studs in here or something available to do for the controls, but then now it's castle mode. I can't really do that. Say castle mode. Castle parts. Huh. Oh, I know. They're not in this pile at all. Here we go. These are the pieces I'm after. Look at this for organisation. Oh, isn't that nice? So we'll have two of these grey 1x4 tiles, of which there are a surprisingly large amount in here. And they want to go either side of where that's going to cap it in, but also not provide any obstruction to the red cone. There we go, look at that. Lovely. And actually, while I'm here with tiles and plates and things, shall we finish it all off with the tiles? We got enough of the grey? I've got quite a few grey here. That's a bit nicer. Oh, those are too short. Well, we only need two more. There we go. Nice and smooth on top instead. Oh, I'm really, really pleased with this. Almost finished then. So I've made a massive mess of the Lego collection, as you can see. Definitely could have been worse, I suppose. At least I didn't... I shouldn't speak too soon, but I was going to say at least I didn't drop any of the boxes while their lids were off. I did drop some, but only while their lids were on. So we didn't have a Lego explosion. Go on, fit. There we go. Okay, so the final parts. Let's get rid of these. return them to their collective group. I've had a rubber band, didn't I? Oh, I was going to put the Batman plates on, wasn't I? Dipstick. So what do we think, chat? Oh, I'm not reading the chat. Oh, yeah, sorry. That's it. I was ages behind with the focus. So I'll ask now, what do we reckon? These smooth grey ones on top, or, oh, I'm going to have to find some other bricks to go on with them. Some more of those 1x4, or the Batman. Oh, I think it's got to be the Batman, hasn't it, really? Well, I'll leave it as it is for the moment, and you can get your votes in while I attach these knobs. So let's try and make them so they're sensibly oriented. I'm not sure. Oh, they've got a little screw in them. Excuse me while I find a screwdriver. Here we go. Not too far to go. Batman. That's a vote for Batman from Rachel. I think I heard from the other room there. Okay. It's got to be Batman, hasn't it? Right, where's my lighter? That was better. Right. So little screws for the knobs. I think they call them a grub screw, presumably because it's like a little worm, a little grub. So if we have that there, that kind of feels like the right orientation. There's actually a lot of extra space. I could have had some greater thickness in the case, I think, than I gave it, but hopefully, oh yes, there we go, that's nice and positively connected now. We'll have that one at a similar angle. I'll have to maybe make some markings on it for reference for the different frequencies across the arc. Yeah, there we go. Okay. No, Batman. Yes, right. You're absolutely right, my lovely wife. So let's get some more of those 1x4s out. Wouldn't be very good Batman themed bat detector if I didn't stick some Batman logos on it. Would it? So where are we? Oh yes, no, they're not in this group, are they? I did this process before, they're in the other box. Okay, so have I got black ones of these? I have, but it's mostly grey already, so we'll... how many black have I got? If I've got 4 black, I'll do it in black. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'll do it in black. 4. Sort of makes me want to change that other brick as well now. Not that I can remember what I did with all the... Oh, they're here. Yeah, okay, I'm going to change that other brick for black as well. Or it could be yellow, you know, for the extra Batman-y-ness of it. Oh, it's just a pain to have to do these electrical connections again, because, well, I weakened the red one, didn't I, buggering it about before. Should have just done it right the first time, KEIR. Okay, ground to that one. Fragile, positive to this one. Don't break it, KEIR. There we go. Get it in without pinching the cable. Oh, hang on. They want removing. And putting back in their proper place. Let's get their proper box out. No. No, 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 Batman. Okay. Should have had a look at those other tiles to see if I had some black ones. I've got some black ones in the right size. Burke. At least I thought of checking then, I suppose. Right. Okay, yeah, need to put that tile on first. There we go, and one more Batman tile. I don't know what I thought I needed those two for. There we go. I mean, they could go on here as little finishers, I suppose, to stop there being bare studs. Kind of seems a little unnecessary. But there we go. One completed, my own creation, Haynes Bat detector Lego kit mashup. Let me know what you think, I suppose. I was going to say let me know in the comments, but that's because I'm still in YouTube mode. Let me know in the chat. You can't do that after the fact, can you? Or can you? So, yeah, I've got a lot of tidying up to do, much more than I usually I'm left with making a big mess during the stream, and then it gradually gets consolidated into one big model. And then, yeah, it's not the prettiest model in the world, is it? Gets consolidated into one big model, and then there's just like, you know, a few spare extras. But on this occasion, I've just made a massive mess. But yeah, okay, I'm really quite pleased with this. Thank you very much. Yes, it is something like, I think you got auto-corrected to Siri, but I think you mean it's like something from a 1960s sci-fi movie. And it really very much is, isn't it? It's very reminiscent of like the early Star Trek, or maybe even like the 70s stuff. Or what am I thinking of? Like Buck Rogers or something. Yes. Well, what did they, you know, they were right. We are making strange electronics out of huge blocky plastic. Okay, well, thank you very, very much, everyone, for watching. This has been a fun one. I hope you weren't disappointed that I wasn't doing the wooden safe. But perhaps at some point on my YouTube channel, which you can find at Wheelie Green KEIR, YouTube/Wheelie Green KEIR. There's a link on my channel and stuff. Yeah, perhaps you'll see a video of me going out bat hunting at some point and trying to capture some bats. Not capture on film. Not that it's on film. Capture on video some bats. It's not very egocentric autocorrect. Yeah, sorry, I thought you said eccentric, but no. Apple's egocentric autocorrect. You must be wanting to talk about me. It's Siri. Yeah, okay, well, I'm going to call that a night. I don't know what I'm going to be doing on Sunday. We'll see what takes my fancy. Probably will be more Lego. Maybe I'll do the Lego shop. Don't know. I'm not sure. I've got an aeroplane one that I've been kind of fancying doing that I want to do. So maybe I'll do that one. It's a surprise. But yeah, join me on Sunday for more random, probably Legoing. Okay, well, thanks very much for watching. I hope you all have a good evening, and I'll see you on Sunday. Bye-bye.